There's no free will in higher densities?
Are you saying that I don't have access to free will as I elevate my consciousness?
These questions and many more answered on today's episode of Hollywood Frequency. Welcome back. In today's video, we'll be discussing no free will in higher densities. If it's your first time watching our videos, please take a moment and poke around our channel. Subscribe if you can. We appreciate that very much. Like the videos. We are here to spread love and light. We have another video about densities, which would help you to understand this video better. And we're very grateful for you being here to take this ride with us. So, in the third density, which is what we're in, us as humans are in, on Earth at this moment, we undergo what's called the Veil of Forgetfulness. Now, this is where we do not have direct access to, in most cases, we don't have direct access to our past lives, our godhood, our remembrance of our powers. We go through this veil so that we are given an opportunity to evolve our body, our mind, and our spirit. And all this stuff is from the raw material, the Law of One, and we are giving our interpretation of the information from it. We highly recommend that you check out the book, The Law of One, The Raw Material, published by the L&L Research Group. They also have a website, lawofone.info, which is absolutely fantastic. We recommend that you go there as well to search anything you want from the raw material. Going back to what we were saying now, you come here to evolve your mind, body, and spirit. Now, if you have access to your infinite intelligence, and you have access to how powerful you are, you don't take the lessons as seriously to evolve as fast than if you didn't. So it's very powerful that you go through the veil of forgetfulness, so you don't realize all those things, and you actually take what happens here on Earth as a very, very serious thing to learn from. So where does the free will come into play is that when you don't know something, right? You don't have access to infinite intelligence. You have to think for yourself. You have to take chances, right? We don't know the answers, so we say, well, maybe this will work. I don't know. Let's try it. Maybe that will work. I don't know. Maybe that works. Now, what Ross says, and he's the only text that actually calls free will this, is he says that it's also called the law of confusion. So the law of free will is also the law of confusion because we don't know which is the right way to go. We don't know if this answer is best or this answer is best. As you move up into higher densities, you become a social memory complex. Okay, that's when you have infinite totality of understanding of who you are. And the social memory complex is different than the mind-body-spirit complex because you are just thinking for yourself in this density. When you start to get up higher, you're able to collect thoughts and get information from a memory bank of ideas. This is a social memory complex. So, for example, my experiences, my thought processes, the things I've learned that work and whatnot go into this memory bank, and Byron is thinking about something. He can go in there at any time and grab it. All of our thoughts are available to whoever is in that density and part of that social memory complex. This is very helpful. Imagine it's like a forum on the internet with all the answers, that you can just search for and get the information. So why does Ra say it's a law of confusion in the third density, which is free will is a law of confusion, is because you don't have access to those answers. So you have to try and check them. But the reason why you have to try and check them is because you have to evolve by learning from those decisions you make. Okay, kind of long-winded. I hope you guys are still with me.
Yeah, well, I'd like to just I'd like to kind of interject a little bit. I think another way of saying that is that we enter a place of uncertainty. Confusion, yes, because we don't know. But uncertain in the sense that we're not certain. We don't know. We could go this route, but we're not completely sure if it's going to work or not. But if you can access this Google search of consciousness in the sky, and you know for sure that that is the right direction or that's the right answer, then there's no thought, there's no reasoning, there's no way to have to figure it out. Well, maybe this is the probability of this is actually the right way. No, you can have access to the exact answer, and that's a pretty powerful idea. I never even thought of it. Now, the whole emerge of AI, this is coming about probably in the last 10 years. is that there is technology that will think. It can process all the data of all the knowledge of everything that's ever been written in history, every case study, and it can come out with the right answer. But that's something we're doing in a very technical way, but in a conscious way, in a spiritual way, in a supernatural, in a metaphysical way. What other words can you use? In a very
grander vision of what exists.
Yeah, way we have access to it without technology, without searching.
Right. So you can just go into that thought process when you get into the higher densities. So the answer is you pretty much don't need free will as you get into the higher densities, because you have access to infinite intelligence and you have access to a social memory complex where these answers lie. So you're not confused. You know what's best. There's an example of someone who's, let's say, someone who's going to build a ship.
Yeah.
Right. And he says, well, what engine is going to work best in this ship? There's going to be some heat. There's going to be some speed we're traveling at, and other technical questions. And he's wondering what kind of engine should he put in this ship. Well, if you can reach into infinite intelligence or the social memory complex that has that information, and others have built ships that are powerful in a sense, you can just grab that information and you know what ship to put in. So what engine to put in. So you have free will. You could have free will to go put something else in, but why would you when you know the best answer is that particular engine, because you reached into the social memory complex and put it there.
Right.
So this is what we mean. Well, is there free will in the higher densities? Well, not so much so, but there still is. It's a bit confusing, hence the law of confusion.
Right.
But you have these answers you're able to reach into. So it's not, you don't really make a decision. You just go with what is best. So I found that to be very, very interesting. We wanted to share that with you. It's a short video, but it's an interesting perspective on things, and we definitely recommend you read The Law of One. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quote that exemplifies this from session 50.7 in the raw material, and you can go ahead and take a look at that session if you want and read. But I'll start with the quote. Ra says, "I am Ra. Let us give the example of the man who sees all the poker hands. He then knows the game. It is but child's play to gamble, for it is no risk. The other hands are known, the possibilities are known, and the hand will be played correctly, but with no interest. In time-space, and in the true color green density," pause, look at our green chairs we brought out for this particular episode to match the fourth density, green color. Back to the quote. "The hands of all are open to the eye. The thoughts, the feelings, the troubles, all these may be seen. There is no deception, and no desire for deception. Thus, much may be accomplished in harmony." So, end quote. So you see here that that's in that fourth density Ra is talking about. There is no unknown in that sense. You understand the person's thoughts. You understand his emotions. You can see his hand, his whole poker hand. It's all there. You can see all their poker hands, and you even know their intention with that hand. Right?
Yeah.
So that kind of changes things when you consider your free will. We want to leave you with those thoughts.
Yeah.
Please give us your thoughts in the comments below. We're open to discussion, so please let us know what you think. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it very much. Sending you love and light and elevating consciousness. Hollywood Frequency signing out.